Joe, I want to ask you though. So say the Ravens lose this game, whether it be by forfeit or they just get outclassed because, they're playing a Steelers team at full strength while they have 10 to 12 guys on a COVID list. Um, do you think it is the nail in the coffin for the Ravens playoff hopes? Obviously now I think they're in the 7 spot. Um, there are
That's
some teams trying to
fine.
surge around them. So
Ravens.
are they out right now?
Yeah, they're out.
Okay, so they're literally out of the playoffs. So what do you got? What do you have? Like in there right now? You have Browns, um, Titans, and
Here,
then
wait,
I don't know if the
I
Raiders have.
might be wrong.
I thought the Ravens had the 7 and the Raiders had the 8.
No, because no, Raiders have 7, Ravens have
Okay.
8.
Oh yeah, well yeah. So here you go, dude. So the Raiders are 7th. You are just on the outside looking in. Your starting quarterback is out for 2 to 3 weeks because of coronavirus. So, do you think that this is the nail in the coffin for the Ravens' playoff hopes? It's definitely for their AFC North hopes, but what do you think about their playoff hopes? Like, how bad do you would you write them off right now?
I mean, it's going to be tough to get. They're not going to get the win the division. That's
Oh yeah,
completely.
there's zero chance of that at this point.
Yeah, I mean, what they got to do is either beat the Raiders or the Browns, and then maybe their best chance is probably the Browns, honestly, or the Titans at that point. I mean, but that's still one game behind both of them. But like Browns and Raiders both play easy matchups. Browns play the Jaguars this week, and Raiders play the Falcons. Ravens would be playing the Steelers. That's probably not going to be a win for them. So they would go to 6-5, and Raiders would go 7-4, and Browns would go 8-3.
Yeah,
Surprisingly, and then just the schedule ahead for the other teams. Like I don't see a realistic way the Ravens can make the playoffs at this point, especially with Lamar being out for 2 to 3 weeks.
I got my hot take of the night. Close the book. Baltimore, I don't. You're not making the playoffs. This is gonna
Well,
sound
who
crazy,
said they would?
like it's gonna sound insane that I'm saying this, but I don't think the Baltimore Ravens will make the playoffs this year. And I know it might be jumping to conclusions, but Joe, you bring up a great point. Look at the schedule. At Pittsburgh without their starting quarterback, they ain't winning that. Then you go to play Dallas. I think they'll win that game. I think they'll beat Dallas. But at Cleveland, we don't know if Lamar is going to be back for that matchup. If he is, I think Baltimore wins. If he isn't, that's a close game. And then you get those games. You end the season with 3 really strong matchups against the Jaguars, the Giants, and the Bengals. But for the sake of hot takes and for the sake of the views we're inevitably going to get on this video and the hate from Ravens fans, I'm going to say that they will not make the playoffs. I might be wrong. I might look stupid at the end of the day, but if Lamar Jackson isn't back by that Browns game, I don't see them getting in because I could see them dropping 2 of their next 3, being one game above 500, and you talk about the schedule looking forward for Vegas and Cleveland, maybe looks a little more palatable. There is a big potential Baltimore could miss the playoffs. It's a hot take, as I've said. Maybe it's a bit too bold, but I could genuinely see the Baltimore Ravens slumping out of the playoff race by what would it be, week 14?
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, without Lamar Jackson, uh, I really think, and I mean, I really think Cowboys have a better chance of being able to beat the Ravens in 2 weeks. Uh,
Without Lamar Jackson, you have a decent shot. I mean, I wouldn't exactly bank on it, but
yeah. Also, I mean, it is Thursday night, so
yeah,
that's
catch.
that's one day of preparing after the Steelers game.
Well, I think they're moving back the Cowboys Ravens
They're
game.
moving it back.
Yeah, they're going to move it back. I don't know the exact date, but the NFL talked about moving it back.
Oh,
You're
dang
not. It's not humane to make players play on one day.
it.
Um,
Okay, but and then even then, I actually think the Giants could be the way the Giants have been playing and like how they've been getting better over the past like 4 weeks, I think they could beat the Ravens by week 16.
I think Lamar will be back by then, but we saw the way Baltimore has
Even
struggled.
with Lamar, I think the Giants can beat them.
I don't
That's
disagree. I
fine.
mean, you saw what they did to the Bucks. I think the Buccaneers are a better football team than the Ravens right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, if Daniel Jones doesn't fumble or throw a pick, I think they can beat them.
Again, a big ask against a good Ravens defense, but it is a Ravens defense Cam Newton torched. So, like, yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't. Again, I think it's the way I view a Cowboys game without Lamar. Don't bank on it, but it absolutely could happen. And if the Ravens lose either of those games, you can book it. Like, you can call them out of the playoffs, and at that point, you just got to focus on rebuilding for 2021.
Yeah.